Hi, everybody, and welcome to my presentation about Bear, Delaware, where I live, and my research about is it a good enough community. In order to do that, I want to tell you a little bit about Delaware. So welcome to Delaware. We are the small wonder, we are the first state, and we also have the fame of being home of tax-free shopping. When I travel around, people do sometimes ask, where is Delaware exactly? So Delaware? Well, here's Delaware. I made it easy for you. Here's our tiny little state of Delaware. We are not the smallest state, but we are the first state, and we are the second smallest state. And here we are, tucked between Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Maryland. Our state has only three counties, Newcastle County, Kent, and Sussex, so they're pretty easy to memorize. And where I'm going to focus you today is on this city right here, this town of Bear, Delaware, which is located here in Newcastle County. We have approximately 20,000 in our population. For some reason, we have less males than females at around 47% male, 52% female. I couldn't see anywhere in the literature or data as to why that might be. And our median age is about 33 years old. As I've experienced in my community, I was interested to see it backed up in the data. We are a very racially diverse town with only 43% white and 32% black and 60% Hispanic, and so on. We have about three zip codes in Delaware, and our median household is slightly above that of all of Delaware. I'm also including pictures of around Bear, Delaware. This here is Glasgow Park, which is a great place to walk and exercise and bring families. Lots of important and critical institutions around Delaware, like the Newcastle County government, tons and tons of retail shops, also our largest hospital system, ChristianaCare and Appoquinimink, in addition to the Bear and Glasgow YMCA, which is an exercise and activity hub for our community. And of course, many informal institutions like meetup groups, moms groups, and church groups locally. We have a really very high-rated school district, which is Appoquinimink. Many of us do not want to move south of the canal, but still want to get into the school district. And there are several neighborhoods in Bear that allow us to be in this awesome, well-rated public school system without traveling too far south away from the metro area of Newcastle County. So how does our community really stand up to the good community assessment? Well, Ohio State University posits that the good community does not exist. It is an ideal. It is something to move towards, but it is not something that exists. So in that sense, Bear cannot be a good community. But, I think it's absolutely good enough. So why is that? Well, first of all, you rarely hear about violent crime here in Delaware. Okay, so my car got broken into a couple months ago when I left the doors unlocked. It was actually rummaged around in, but not a lot of crime. Lots of retail centers, lots of goods and services around here. When I moved here 3 years ago, I was super excited to see Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts right across the street from each other, duking it out for my attention. Lots of community groups in Delaware, online and in-person community groups. When I went to go Google Bear Social Group, I was really delighted to see that the first group that popped up was a group called Grown and Sexy, so I had to include it here, which is a meetup group with about 125 members. Also, book clubs and community pools seem to have a lot of members and involvement. We have a lot of common values. About 66% of us have voted Obama and will probably vote for Hillary. And we're about 53% no church affiliation, but with a second at those who identify as Catholic and 9% around mainline Protestant. Regarding the whole person principle, there are a lot of opportunities for people to feel engaged in their community. Lots of housing opportunities, educational and recreational. And then there's not a lot of tolerance for blight or decay here. In fact, if you ask me, I feel like the roads might be worked on a little bit too much around here. But we have lots of schools and districts and diverse and beautiful communities for people to feel involved and feel honored. Regarding predictability, one of my favorite things since moving here was the predictability of many things in my community, especially our trash man named Mr. J, who we have loved to get to know over the years. And whenever we can, we wait for him on Wednesday mornings. We hug him, we talk to him, we chat with him, and he always honks the horn on his way out. And this has been an element of community that I have not had in previous communities. Lots of recognition in the way of recognized place and social structure. Neighbors have reached out to me in a way that I have not encountered at previous neighborhoods. My Starbucks has apparently great customer service training because they definitely know me by name. And I see and wave to the same people at the stores, daycares, and community coffee shops. There is that sense of community. Low unemployment rate compared to the rest of the state. Not so great public transportation, but plenty of places to exercise and socialize and learn. Very diverse community, as I mentioned previously, higher racial ethnic diversity than the rest of Delaware. So in summary, how's Delaware doing? It's actually doing a lot better than I thought, and I'm really appreciative for the opportunity to get to know Bear, Delaware. And so apparently Bear, Delaware is more than the great drive-through Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, and Walgreens. So survey says Bear, Delaware gets a high five from me. Bear, Delaware is really stood the test of being a good enough community. So thanks for your time and allowing me to share about Bear with you.